you feel like you did well?
Honestly, it was the first fight that I felt was on the slower, more boring side of mine. I planned on keeping it on the feet, keeping it long, and I like knockouts. It's more exciting. But wherever it goes, he kept trying for takedowns. Probably a sound strategy. He was tenacious with it. I was able to reverse one of his takedowns, get top position, and then just, once you get top position in MMA, you're not giving it up. So I just kept ground and pounding. Knew, eventually, the ref's going to have to stop. It's been too many unanswered. So, not my favorite fight, but, it's a good win. I can't complain too much. I didn't take too much damage.
And, I know you said you were looking to go pro. Do you want to do it here?
Absolutely. I have loved fighting for Cage Titans in Plymouth Memorial Hall. Honestly, I grew up watching fights here with you, Sensei, and watching you fight, Tony Lee. So I have, since I was a kid, loved Plymouth Memorial Hall, loved coming here for the fights. And it's been great fighting for Cage Titans. So as long as things keep going this way, I'd love to keep fighting here, yes.
Good stuff, man. Congratulations on defending that belt.
Thank you.
Is there anything from this fight that surprised you?
Excuse me. So, I did not expect him to play jiu-jitsu. He went for a couple of takedowns, I reversed it, got top position, but I kind of expected that he would try to get it back up to feet and wall walk, but he kind of played jiu-jitsu. So that was surprising, but it worked out to my favor.
So you announced that you're going pro. Is that something you plan to do after this fight regardless, or was that heat of the moment decision?
I needed to win. But I had it in the back of my mind, going pro has been, I was just talking about how I've been here since I was a kid. So going pro is, to me, the logical and, the dream next step for me. So I did have it in the back of my mind, yes.
What steps are you going to take? As pro is a big jump. You can't go back after you go pro.
No,
what are you going to do
back
to make sure that you have success as a pro?
So we're going to start training more knees and elbows. Can't wait for that. I'm just going to keep picking up my training regimen. I've done that consistently every single camp, and I will continue to find new ways to improve my regimen, improve my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, improve my wrestling, and my striking. I can say specifically, I want to round out my game in terms of offensive wrestling. Another big thing is, I basically never want to leave sort of camp mode, trying to go pro now. The last couple of fights, I've blown up a little bit after the fight, so I plan on having a fun week this week, but I don't want to stay at 200 pounds and be fat or whatever. I'll keep consistent at it. Not that I've really ever stopped training, but just keep on the path forward, keep on the grind, because at the professional level, you really got to be ready to answer the call for short notice fights at any time. UFC calls, you better be ready.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
You have evolved so much throughout your fights. Have you encountered any obstacles for this particular fight?
So I, going into this camp, had been rehabbing from a knee and hip injury. I was in last camp, got injured, had to push back the fight, and that was, I don't want to say crushing, it's a little bit dramatic, injuries are part of the game, but it sucks to be an athlete and to get hurt and not be able to do your sport. But in that time I had off, it was kind of a mindset shift, because it was sort of like, it's a privilege to be able to train. It's a privilege to be able to go out here and do this. I don't want to sit at home and like I would say, get fat, play video games, do nothing productive with myself. I want to be out here pursuing greatness, getting better at the thing that I've loved since I was a kid. So that really did kind of trigger a mindset shift for me. So I had to overcome that, and it also taught me a lot of stuff about stability muscles. So, my big group muscles were strong, but my stability muscles around my knee were weak, and that's potentially the cause of the injury. So I learned a lot about stability exercises, improved my balance a lot. I think it'll pay dividends going forward. So that was a little bit of an obstacle, but we overcame it. Here we are.
And you have an amazing team working with you.
Absolutely.
What inspired you to go pro after this title defense?
I think it's just the next logical step. We were kind of saying it, 5-0, all finishes, all of them under 5 minutes now. I feel that I have proven that I am the best amateur welterweight in New England, far and above. I've taken on all challengers. Some of my fights have been last-minute replacements. I'll say yes to everybody. I believe that I'm the best, and I go out here and prove it. So now that I've done that, I've finished everybody that's stepped in the cage with me. It is the time to take that next leap to the next level.
How does it feel to have, obviously your title, you defended it, but you also have another teammate?
Let's go, Miguel. Look out.
How does it feel to have both of you guys?
We're always pushing each other. We are in the gym together 6 days a week, absolutely grinding. When we first started out training, his style, and you saw it tonight, he's going to drown you. He's just going to keep throwing volume. And when we first kind of started on the path of taking fights, I was kind of sitting back, being like a one-shot puncher, like fighting spurts, you always say, Mike. And you cannot do that against a guy like Miguel. So, he pushed me in terms of the pace. I test him in terms of I'm a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. I try to snipe a little bit more. We just keep boosting each other's technique, keep boosting each other's cardio and strength. So it's been awesome, man. And I gotta say, even just tonight, watching that was a ton of gas, dude. It's like, Miguel's not going out and breaking. Miguel's getting the belt. We got to come back with both of them. 2 for Lakeville MMA.
Yeah, it's nothing better when you have like 2 guys just pushing each other, like one just as much as the other one. And then every time for sparring, Mike always says like, you can joke around, do whatever, but as soon as you put the gloves on, you're putting the fucking gloves on.
Yeah. And we haven't had 2 belts in Lakeville since UNRB. So I mean, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Enjoy your night.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
As always, thank you for coming out and supporting me. When you're in there and they're announcing both of you and you hear the noise, it's like, hell yeah, I'm going out there and fighting. I'm showing out here.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Jack, that always does list you as the #1 amateur welterweight in New England. So you're right on that. On the money. #1.
Oh, word.